Next thing, can women wear pants? I got another video for you. So look at this. This is from the Clark sisters.
Hey, mama.
Maddie Moss Clark. She sees pants. Shuts the door because she sees pants. So the girl goes back to the car and gets a skirt.
You happy now? Mama, they want us to wear pants at work. I don't care what them don't know God folks do at your job. It's a sanctified house. You don't wear pants up in here, you know better. Mama, what are you doing? Wearing pants, you're probably smoking reefer too.
See?
For real, Mama. Come on in here. We need to look at this schedule. I think we done double book. Come.
So many things to point out. I remember when I seen this movie like 2-3 years ago, I was like, it's so much legalism in that house. It's so much legalism in this movie. It's ridiculous, right? And I'm like, dang, the Clark sisters, who are one of the world's greatest gospel groups ever, were a group that was steeped in legalism. Their mom, their leader, their forerunner was steeped in legalism. She had them ladies caring about stuff. And then you see how she said, those don't know God folks, right? We don't know what exactly they said, but I'm pretty sure this was an accurate representation of their household. That they could not wear pants and them girls could not wear pants in their house. I'm pretty sure that's an accurate representation of their household. So the fact of the matter is, where did Maddie Moss Clark get the idea that them girls, or that sanctified people, or the people who know God, women who know God, don't wear pants? Where did she get that idea? The Bible says in Deuteronomy 22 verse 5, it says, a woman shall not wear a man's clothing, nor shall a man put on a woman's clothing. For whoever does these things is an abomination to the Lord your God, right? So that's more than likely where Maddie Moss Clark, got that idea from. Like I said, this is a movie, so who we don't know, but I believe it is so that she was like that, because if she was hard like that to them girls, I believe she was on that type of time when it came to them clothes. So this is what I believe. But so this is an example of, if not her, there are other women and other pastors and teachers. I've seen whole signs. I try to put them up on the screen, of churches that have bulletins that say no pants are allowed for women, and they quote this verse. So they say this. So is this referring to pants? Is this verse referring to pants? Because it says, women shall not wear a man's clothing. What could this possibly be pertaining to, right? So the question to ask is, were people in the Bible, in Bible times, even wearing pants, right? Men and women alike in those Bible times were wearing robe-like garments in the Old and the New Testament, right? So they were wearing robes. They weren't even wearing pants, right? So could this verse be talking about pants? There's no Old Testament laws that specify that what the difference is between men and women's clothings were. There's no verse that says this is the difference between what men's and women's clothing were. It just said that men should be wearing what women wearing, and women should be wearing what men wearing, right? And there are some allusions in the prophets that suggest women's robes may have been a bit longer than men's. But other than that suggestion, the Bible says nothing in regard to the specifications between men and women. It just said in that verse that men and women shouldn't be wearing each other's clothing, right? So a lot of people think that it was just up for them to figure out what that meant, right? So I found this quote. It says that some suggest that the verse was in reference to a woman putting on the armor of a warrior as a part of pagan worship, rather than women wearing pants. So it's a good thing to note that since women weren't wearing pants then, neither were men wearing pants back then, that this verse couldn't have been talking about pants. It's more so probably talking about the armor that men might have worn, and that God didn't want women wearing that armor for whatever reason. I do not know, but the verse wasn't necessarily wasn't talking about pants, because they were not wearing pants in that culture. They were wearing robe-like garments. So I'll link an article in the description below that delves into pants a little bit more. It's on Berean Holiness, who I've got a couple of pointers from in this and about beard in this section, and then the beard section that I got a lot of points from, that I'll put those links in the description.